Hola everybody, it's me, Destiny, here again with another Let's Talk Real Estate. And I am here with Miss Kara Korean, who is amazing. She is literally out here buying the block, like I told y'all before. She is putting the things that she has learned into action and just out here doing it big. I mean, she owns already like 2-3 lots and then is going to be purchasing even more. So I have some questions for her. I think that there is something that we all can learn from her, especially those of us who aspire to buy the block. So, Ms. Kara Korean.
Yes.
What today has surprised you?
What today has surprised me?
Yeah.
I think how quickly this opportunity has come to me to be able to do this and to be able to share my path of being a homeowner and a landowner and just this whole situation by the block. It came to my attention a week before the event maybe, and from there, here we are sitting in my kitchen. And so it's just, surprising, but I feel like everything happens for a reason and it's in alignment with what it is that I'm doing right now.
Beautiful. I love that you use that word alignment. Alignment is important. It's important, you guys. And if you are not aligned and your life is out of whack, you need to get aligned with the truth. Get aligned. And things like this happen. You get two great people together having tea and having a Let's Talk Real Estate. So my next question for you, Miss Kara, is what was your reason for buying this land that we are sitting on right now?
Okay, Miss Destiny. So, as you know, we are in Oak Cliff. I'm not from Dallas, but I've been here for about 7 years maybe. Left for a while, then I came back. But I love the fact that it's a lot of us over here. That's one thing. I really love that. And another thing is I felt like this is kind of like a diamond in the rough. I ride around a lot. I know the area. I don't use a lot of maps. I don't mind being lost. You know, that's just how I figure out my way. So I know Dallas very well. And I just started riding around when I was looking for property. And I looked at this and I was like, why haven't anyone came and broke ground right here? It just was a mystery to me. And I love researching. I love finding out, you know, the answer to things or something near it. So it began.
So you just started researching.
Mm-hmm.
You just felt called, maybe, would you say, to that this is where you should build?
Yes, I got out my car. I walked it. I walked around a little bit. I walked down to the creek, one of the biggest gems of it.
You have a creek?
She
has a creek in her backyard. And we are really in like South Oak Cliff, like down the street from y'all. I'm not like, sorry. Anyways, I interrupted, but
it's like a piece of the city and a piece of the country at the same time.
Yeah.
And I consider myself both. I consider myself a country girl and a city girl.
I feel
you know, when you spend summer times in the country with your grandma and you spend, you know, life just in the mix of life, you know, it's kind of hard when you're torn between the both. And I'm too young to move to the country.
Right.
I got to stay where the hustle and bustle is. But living here and having my property here in this very place, I feel like that there's a lot of work and a lot of things that can be done just dealing with our community, period. And to actually live in the same community that you're trying to rejuvenate and get back thriving, you know, that shows a lot too, because you're in the trenches with everybody else. You know, you're going through it and you're dealing with potholes and you're dealing with your tires always messed up and you stay at the tire shop, you know, like you deal with the same struggle that everybody else on the block and the block over and the block over deal with. So that's an important thing to me too, is living in the same community that I want to serve.
She preaching, y'all better be listening. She got the keys. I love it. So with that being said, what is your vision for this land around you?
So,
for this community.
If everything is meant for me, then I will be doing rental properties on it and hopefully multifamily units, so duplexes. I will be able to hopefully fit about 2, I believe. And then also a community garden. A community garden will be towards the end of the block, but that will be a place for the community to come together and for us to teach youth about agriculture and to get our elderlies involved, and the elderlies to teach the community about it as well, because they, a lot of things come from them. A lot of what we do and what we learn and how we know how to do come from our elderly, and I think that we forget that. And with this day and age that we live in, with the internet and the whole social media thing, we forget that some things you need your hands for it.
Yes.
You need your hands for it, and you need wisdom, and you need somebody to show you, each one teach one. So I think that that's an important process to everything too. And if we can get back to the basics of that, then there's a little hope for us.
I love it. Hope is necessary, and you're right, getting back to the basics. Like, we forget that, they came before us and they know something too.
Exactly. They know a lot of somethings.
Yes. They've been here and could teach us some things. That's beautiful, and I think it really speaks to how you plan to impact your community through real estate. Is there anything else?
I think that one thing that might come up in the future is, who is she? She's not from Oak Cliff. This ain't her hood. She wasn't born here. But it's like, I don't have to be from here. Nope. Are y'all from here? Is this anybody's land? But I know that we all know something about each other. Our skin is the same color. We have the same features, and we are united in some type of way, whether it's something that we can readily see or if it's just something that's within us. And if I'm going to do something great in the world, and if I'm going to give back in any type of way, then I would prefer for me to leave a mark and for me to leave my whole little empire back where it could be appreciated more, and it would just have more meaning to it. And I feel like that our ancestors and my ancestors would be proud of me for doing this.
Beautiful. I think that's beautifully said, and something to be admired. I love, especially like you said, one, even going back to before bringing in the elderly and remembering our ancestors and how we can honor them with our legacy going forward in our empire.
Right.
What is one thing that you wish you knew before you started acquiring property?
I don't want to sound cocky, but it's like I researched everything. So it's like if it's something that I really didn't know, I researched it. But one small but big thing on the property here, I went to the city of Dallas, of course, and asked all my questions that I need to ask, the necessary questions. And I was under the impression that they would be handling a job. Well, come to find out, after everything broke ground, papers was signed, money was already distributed, it came to find out that the job was a little too big for the city to handle, and it would have to be handled by a private contractor, which took the budget from under $5,000 to close to $20,000.
Oh, wow. Wow.
You live and you learn. So I handled it and I executed it very well. I did not end up on the $20,000 end of it, but it was still a lesson learned. And the way that I could have fixed that, according to the attorney that I was working closely with on it, was that hiring someone to come out before even going that far into any of the signing process, to have them do their own inspection, because the city of Dallas never came out. They just said, by looking at the property, oh, yeah, the city of Dallas will do it, this is how much it'll be. But until they came out, they said, oh no, the city doesn't handle this.
Oh, wow.
You have to get a private bonded contractor with the city to handle this. And the private bonded contractor numbers was quadrupled what the city was going to charge. So, do your research, but thoroughly do your research. Spend a little money on the back end to save you a lot of money on the front end.
Well said. Spend a little money on the back end to save you a little money on the front end.
Yeah.
That's the tweetable moment, or whatever y'all call it.
It's probably been said the other way, but that's the back end of it. Spending money on the back end to make sure your research, invest in it. Due diligence, exactly. Due diligence. Make sure you do that. If it's something you don't know, ask. And if someone doesn't want to give you the answer or don't want to help you, I've had that happen too. Ask somebody else.
Keep asking.
Or keep researching. I definitely had to go that route too. Keep researching.
Well said. So, I did want to ask, one more question, because you have your shirt on, and I know already because I talked to her first. She is opening up a daiquiri shop. So could you tell us just a little bit about that before we head out?
Yes, so I am in the process of opening up a daiquiri shop in the Mesquite Pleasant Grove area called Dax to Go. It's spelled DAQS2. Go is spelled the French way, GEAUX. And we will be a to-go place, of course, strictly to go. But you can walk in, place your order. We will be selling both food and daiquiris, as well as some other treats, some desserts and whatnot. Myself, I am a chef. I am soon graduating in a few months with my culinary arts degree and a few other certifications to go along with it. And I have gathered a few other young, very talented chefs to help create the menu and come up with some great things to take eating experience to another level, but at an affordable price.
I love it. Sounds like somewhere like you go date night or something, or even family night.
Right. Grab it to go. And, if it's a football game near or an event near and you want to bring something you don't want to cook, we also do catering. On the daiquiri side, we sell things by the gallon, so you can easily get it on Friday and use it on Sunday. Throw it in the deep freezer. It'll still be ready.
That's beautiful. I like it. So, well, I hope that you guys have found this very valuable. I myself have learned so much from you, and looking forward to all of the great things that you're doing here. I do want to ask you guys, this is the call. So we are going to be putting together a day to come and clean out the creek here. And we're also going to be raising money to build the community garden. And it's going to take work, so if you can come and you can provide those hands that we were talking about, hey, hit me up, shoot an email, DM, find me, do what you got to do to let me know you want to help. If you can provide just your time, and maybe you offer some other service, or you want to sponsor and give monetarily, hit me up, shoot me a DM, send me an email. Call Miss Kara. Do whatever you got to do to get with us, because we would love for you to help us so that we can build up our community, because it is our community, whether you were born here or not. If you have resided here, you live here. Shoot, I live down the street, so I feel like this is my responsibility too. So we're all gonna put in and do it together. Like I said, if you have anything to offer, leave comments, shoot a DM.
And the name of the garden is Trey Gardens. Trey Gardens again, TRE with an asterisk above it, Gardens.
Beautiful. So you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time,